Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review time, where we geek out about a movie we just saw, and we just saw...
Godzilla?
Benny and the Jets? No. Rocket Man! So, again, we're not really reviewers. We're just geeking out about a movie. We like movies. We're not critics. So, you know, even bad movies we like. This is not a bad movie. If you want our full kind of opinions, you want to check out the no spoiler review that came out a day or so ago. I have a link in the description below. But this is going to be your spoiler talk video. We're going to talk all kinds of spoilers in here. Spoiler warnings. Spoilers. Spoilers. We'll give you a chance before we say anything to get out of here. And for those of you...
It's in the title, for Christ's sake.
And for those of you, autoplay is a thing, by the way, just so you know. Sometimes you don't
turn my autoplay off.
Not everybody does, though. People, here's a good time. You've inspired me to tell this. Not everybody does life the same way you do. And that's okay. All right, anyways, so you've had plenty of time to click out of here. Now, if you are like only looking for a little bit of spoilers, careful. Sometimes we jump right to the end. You just never know where we go.
We are very random with where we go. So
yeah, and it is now 9:43.
Spoilers roulette.
It's 9:43. Godzilla's trailer start at 10:20, so I think we're okay. But we don't want to talk too long because I got to recharge lights for Godzilla reviews. But yeah, so the thing you spoiled in the in the non-spoiler that I had to cut out.
Oh, the support group.
Yeah,
I have to wonder, is this like, well, Elton's having these apparent hallucinations of his family, whatnot, towards the end. I'm sitting here going like,
oh, we are jumping to the end. Okay. I thought we were actually just going to talk about the framing of the support group. But all right, go ahead. We're there.
Well, the support
Let's do
group,
it.
okay, so the support group is the frame for kind of...
Then we'll talk more about that. But yeah, I didn't want to stop your roll. I was just surprised.
But I was sitting here going like, what is the support group seeing while he's doing all this?
Well, that's one of the things I kind of like about the interpretation of this film, was it's clearly all like in his existence of how things went. And not saying this is a negative to the guy. I mean, it's just part of, if you have that lifestyle, if you're that successful, and sometimes you have to be a little bit of that. It's just kind of how the types of creators like this are, is that the world does kind of revolve around you. And I think this is an interpretation of that. I'm not saying for better or worse. I'm just saying, and you know, and I get that you can be in a situation when you have all that fame thrust upon you. And I thought they showed it in this movie more than others, that, you know, that you get that way even if you weren't that way, because the world does start to revolve around you, at least in the bubble of what you're doing. And, you know, so I can kind of understand that element of all rock stars then having the crash and the loneliness and the realization that it's all bullshit and everybody's just here for the money and the fame. And
they never seem to have somebody to go, hey, dude.
Yeah.
Dial it down a little bit.
Yeah, and I think maybe, possibly, one of the reasons Elton John, and at least from this movie's interpretation, is his good buddy, the lyricist, Bernie, yeah. Because he seemed to actually be that grounded dude that's like, I get it. I get where you're coming from.
He partied a little bit too, but he's going, dude.
Yeah.
I like the line, so how's the campaign to kill yourself? Yeah.
And I like the, like, even when Elton was freaking out and he yells at Bernie, and then he... I'm sorry. He's like, I know. And they just go up and do their thing. I was like, that's cool.
And we never had an argument. Like,
I know. Well, it's like us.
It's like saying we've never had an argument.
Well, no, it's like we say we don't fight. Well, we don't fight, but, you know, we can be on opposing sides of things, but to us it's not fight. Well, that's true. There are levels of fighting. Although we never really shout either, because I think when one of us is having a bad day or whatever, if we're getting upset about something, the other one just kind of...
Oh, God help us if we ever get hangry at the same time.
That's the only problem. Yeah, we've been pretty good about, like, the other just backs off, gives the space or comforts or whatever needs to happen. But yeah, if we both end up, like, super hangry or pissy at the same time, who knows? We might be punching children. I don't know. That's what I said. I don't know. Anyways, back to the actual reason you're here.
Right.
So the support group. The thing I really loved, and it was kind of, I mean, maybe it's a little on the nose, but I really liked it. I loved that opening shot of him in that full devil-like costume coming down the hallway, and then it's like, oh, he's going into, all right, that's cool.
And here's the thing I thought was interesting, because you think that it's going to be like a strut or whatever. This is a man with a purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like the lady walking down the stairs in our theater, which you talked about in the no spoiler. But yeah, and what I was getting to is I really like that throughout it, as he's peeling back the layers of his life and who Elton John is, he's peeling off the layers of the costume, and by the end, he's kind of just dressed almost normally,
as normal as
Elton can. Yeah. And I always had a feeling Elton was a cool dude, despite me not being the biggest fan of his music. But this just made me want to love the guy even more. I mean, he just seems really cool. And I'm sure there's some exaggerations going on and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm going to mute this because I thought it was muted and it wasn't. And things, I don't know why they're sending me photos. But so I'll stop with that distraction. But I really like that. I like the early years. And then I love like him not falling in love, but having his earliest gay trysts or whatever with the one of his backup singers. I thought that was kind of cute. Just their little looks at each other. Singer. Oh, I mean, yeah, one of the backup singers for the band he was playing for. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of neat. And you know,
and then the guy calls him out, and it was just like,
that was a good scene.
That was like,
oh man,
can he be?
And then that one scene, speaking of getting called out, I love the twist on this. I mean, it's heartbreaking, but when he does the call the mom to tell her he's gay thing, and then we get the good side of the standard. I knew that. It's like, but they yank that rug right the fuck out from under you.
You know, I should be there movie going like, who the hell is his mom?
I know.
And this is Bryce Dallas?
Is that Bryce Dallas Howard?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Was they put some makeup on her?
Well, yeah, well, okay.
They rounded out her face a bit.
All right, yeah. Now, was his girlfriend landlord in the early days, was that Felicity Jones? Was that Jen Erso? I'm
not sure.
She looked very similar, at least. So.
And same thing for like both Bernie and I think John, the manager.
Yeah.
Boyfriend.
Yeah, they're very familiar.
John Bell. I'm sitting here going like, I'm sure I've seen him in something else. I just can't think of what. And the other guy was Matt. Last name was like Madden or Maddox or something like that. And I'm like, you look terribly familiar too. I don't know why.
It's a full.
Did you play Mr. Darcy in something? Because he looks like a Mr. Darcy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's a full cast of like
Where
that
did I
guy.
know you from?
Hashtag that guy and that thing. So there's that. The sex scenes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I mean, it's not my cup of tea because you know I like the ladies, but I totally appreciate that without any irony, without any like special touch or we're doing this to be edgy. It was like they gave what, as a traditional heterosexual you've seen 1,000 times in movies, they treated a sex scene with them the same way. They didn't cut away from it. They didn't shy away from it. They made it very real. And even just them struggling to get their pants off and stuff, which is, again, doesn't matter if you're gay.
Real.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, or whatever. It's very relatable, you know, so I really appreciated that about it. And then I like, too, that they were even doing some of, like, the Area 51 orgy stuff, but they did kind of...
You mean club...
What did I say? Studio 54. What did I say?
Area 51.
Oh. Studio 54.
Wait a minute, I don't remember there being aliens.
Oh shit! Hold on, I need to. Editor Eric, don't forget to delete the talk about the orgies at Area 50, the alien orgies at Area 51. You don't want the government coming after you. I'm not supposed to tell anybody
Studio
that.
Studio 54 or something?
Yeah, Studio 54.
Okay.
But I mean, I thought that was kind of neat, you know, that they kind of actually went there. I thought that was pretty neat too. It's like, man, they got, not graphic, like it's not porn, but it's like, oh, yeah, okay, everybody's hot, sweaty, oily, and that looks like 70s, 70s gay sex, 70s sex.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of 70s porns. That's where I started, man. I mean, come on. Oh, man.
So, one of my favorite scenes was when they were doing Pinball Wizard.
That was also weird too. I don't know if Elton ever did a cover of that. I don't know, but it was.
He did it in the movie.
No, I know, but did he has he ever?
No, okay. When I said movie, I mean Tommy the movie.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. That's what I was asking.
Part.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay, I didn't know.
Bernie did not write the song.
Right.
But who did?
Who?
But I just kind of liked how they basically used it as a way to fast forward through time by spinning him around really fast.
Yeah, and I kind of, even though it was very CG looking, I loved that camera technique. And every time we're whipping behind the
he seemed like
outfits.
a bit dizzy by going like, oh god.
Yeah, and I liked that was one of the stylistic choices I really liked that they did a bunch of times in here. Is there were times when like the camera, they didn't do that thing where they mounted the camera on him so he's stable and everything's shaky. It's not quite that, but it's like a version of that. Like it kind of goes into this the camera's still moving on him a little bit, but it's kind of locked with his movement, and everything gets a little shaky around him. And they use it for the drug stuff, but sometimes they just use it for like the swelling of fame and success happening to him. And I thought that was such a neat kind of visual touch with what they were doing with the camera work. So I really did appreciate that. I thought that was some artistry that really helped build on the storytelling of the film. So I was quite happy with that. But yeah, the spinning and all the costumes.
Something tells me like he had to have had a stylist of some sort through most of that time too. It's like I figured that really should have been a character somehow.
Yeah, unless
those
the
costumes.
Yeah, unless the truth is he was the stylist. I don't know, or maybe he just kept going to different people. I don't know. It's a good point.
Yeah, I know the costumer actually got to go to Elton's closet, and he was like, "It's Nirvana in here." And so, because there's some of the things that they wanted to replicate, and some of the things that they wanted to feel like Elton would have worn.
Right, I got
if he had the chance. Apparently, those golden wing shoes, Elton's like, "I want those." So they made a pair just for him.
Nice. Nice. It must be nice having that kind of money, you know. Speaking of money, we'll be right back.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back. We made that money. Thank y'all. Those pennies are going to buy my golden wing shoes. But
so, go ahead.
Oh no, actually, I had something and then I forgot it, so I was gonna have to stretch.
So I know you've said that you're not the biggest Elton John fan.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's not going to help to ask you the question: was there a song in there that you didn't hear that you hoped to hear? Or?
No, because any of the songs I would even know of his at all, I definitely heard.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be others I'd be like, oh, that was an Elton song. Okay. But yeah, I mean, like Still Standing, Benny and the Jets, Rocket Man. There's probably one or two others that I know.
I think those two have gotten played so much, they're not really some of my favorites.
I know how that goes. I get that. That's like Wake Me Up When September Ends with Green Day. I can't fucking stand that song anymore, and I'm like the biggest Green Day fan in the world, but it's so overplayed for me.
So I like the ones like I guess that's why they call it blues.
That one's pretty good, yeah. I mean, again,
that may not be the right title, but
right. I know the song you're referencing at least, and Don't Go Breaking My Heart, which is the final song in the titles, and I can't get it out of my head either. Somebody was whistling it in the bathroom too.
It's catchy.
No, it is. It is. And oh, that's what I was going to say about the costumes. That's what I was trying to stretch to remember was I like at the end credits that they show him in the movie in the costumes, and they show him, the real Elton, wearing that or the equivalent of that. Thought that was a nice little touch.
This is like, it just goes to point. I was like, yeah. Taron was a hot Elton.
Oh my god, but Kid Elton when he gets the Elvis hair, that was fucking adorable.
He reminded me of Adam Conover from Adam Ruins Everything.
Oh yeah,
That's what he reminded me of.
Yeah, he could have been like the mini-me version of him. Yeah, I could see that.
With the glasses.
Yeah. So that was really cute, and of course with my new infatuation with buying records, it was neat just seeing the record stuff in there, people messing with albums and stuff. I don't know, it's just a little weird thing. I'm like, oh cool.
That reminds me, that whole thing with that song that the kid was in, the Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting.
Yeah. Which I like the dance choreography and the camera movement through all of that.
Okay, just out of curiosity, did you find the India bit weird? The Bollywood.
I liked it, but it was rather out of place. But I liked it.
Yes,
I liked the representation there.
Because you have to remember, India used to be a colony of Britain. Right. There's a large Indian population in Britain.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think they were showing actually different cliques of people in the fair.
That makes sense. Yeah, okay.
And so that's how part of the reason why you have all the fighting.
Yeah, that didn't bother me about it. I just assumed.
But I can see a lot of people going like, well, that was a weird choice. And I'm going like, but if you were there at the time, that actually makes sense probably.
Yeah, no, totally. And I just took it as from the American perspective I have of, oh, they just want to cash in a little bit on Bollywood. Somebody's like digging the Bollywood style, like, hey, let's do a bridge of Bollywood style. All right, sure, let's do it. But yeah, it didn't take me out of it or cause me to think about it. But no, you make a very, very good point about it. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool though.
Because that was my first reaction. It's like, that's good. Oh, no, it's not. It's like, stopped to think about it for 2 seconds, went, oh, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, all that stuff was pretty cool. And it was neat kind of being reminded about how it used to work, how the record deals and record labels and songwriting and all that stuff used to work, you know, like the Like, yeah, you got a lyricist, you got to, okay, put them together, we'll put a band together for you, and, you know, just go in the studio, bang out because even when he's like, it's a 3-record deal, I'm like, oh, and then it's like a year, I'm like, oh, like records like singles, right. Because I was like, you got to put out 3 full albums.
That's one of those things I have never understood, like at the Grammys and stuff, it's like album of the year, and then record of the year, and I'm like, what's the difference?
Yeah, I may have to start paying attention, because, I don't know, I got to dig out all my old ASCAP stuff and everything, too, because... I'm gonna be making music again soon, hopefully. So, but I know that totally random. Sorry. Yeah. So with the labeling of stuff, yeah. I don't know. It is weird.
Yeah.
But I'm loving albums again.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a Luddite, but we don't need to go into all that. I'll make a whole video about that stuff someday. I love modern technology, but sometimes having all the choices in the world is the worst choice. Sometimes.
Oh man, I have to wonder though, like, I don't know if Elton's parents are still alive or not. I'm guessing probably not at this point, because it looks like his dad was an older guy to begin with.
Yeah, oh my god, his dad.
Oh.
Like, I mean, if that's even close to a real interpretation, that poor dude. Poor dude. And that pissed me off so bad when I saw him with his new kids and like actually being loving and shit. And then with the autograph.
I was just like, yep, I am never seeing you again. Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, I like that Elton forgave everybody at the end, but at the same time, I'm like,
it's forgiving, and you're letting go of the rage because it's not doing you any good.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, I mean, I do try to do that when I can. I need to be better about it when I'm driving.
Just because I forgive you doesn't mean I have to like you.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and that's also a good point for y'all out there, in case you don't know that. You can forgive somebody, you can let go of the anger and the hate. You don't have to let them continue to be part of your life. So, and blood relation doesn't mean shit. You know. Sorry, smudge on my glasses. Let's see, what else? But
I like the stepdad. It's like the stepdad was cool.
Yeah, actually, and I like the stepdad's hair and everything. Yeah. Stepdad made me want to go pick up some Brian Setzer stuff, you know? Get some Stray Cats rocking. So I like that. I like that even when he's like, he was like, can I do my hair like that? And your mom's like, yeah, enjoy it. You'll be bald by 20. It's like, what the fuck? Goddamn, Mom.
Well, that's one of those things that you might want a heads up on.
Yeah, no.
You don't want that sneaking up on you. It's like, where'd my hair go?
Yeah, it just happens, though. It happens to people. But... Oh, I could dye it blue. I want to dye it blue. She doesn't think it'd look good. I did it when I was a teenager, but I don't know. I might do something. I'm feeling like something irrational. I want to do something irrational. I'm old. It's my midlife crisis. Oh shit, that's what it is. Anyways, what else is going on? At least I'm not trying to buy a Ferrari.
A professional do it.
Yeah, that's the problem. When I dyed my hair, I did it myself. Oh man, it was. I don't know if it was blue or green because it was a patchy mess of both.
Let me take you to my stylist.
There you go.
She's totally into color.
No, all right. But yeah, so let's talk about the movie. We got a few more minutes here. We can get a little bit more in because I know what I keep wanting to talk about too. We had joked. I don't remember how we got into this joke like a week or so ago about, and I'm sure it's partially also because we're seeing these movies back to back. But Rocket Man versus Godzilla. If anybody could like fight Godzilla, it'd be Elton John.
Be like an Ultraman.
Yeah, like taking,
sorta.
and we were joking, like take the Rampage serum and he could build up high. So that first outfit when he's walking in to the meeting, to the AA group, I'm thinking, yeah, okay, I can see him like growing big and fighting Godzilla. That's what he looks like. And then there was a moment too when he's in the baseball outfit, and I guess they do Rocket Man, and he literally like his feet turned into rockets, and he blasts off and flies away. I'm like, oh, he's gonna go fight Godzilla. He's like, he's tired of the rumbling next door. So those are a couple of moments I had layers of fun with just my interpretation of seeing it. Our audience, I mean, it was like half full, but our theater's very full. Yeah. But a lot of movies opened this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad we're not seeing Ma. We promoted it, but, you know, we
talked about it in the video. Watch Ma.
That's part of it, too.
I want you to watch it and tell me all about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got a drunken movie night tomorrow, and Saturday we're hanging out, so I don't know when I'll get to it. But yeah, so, you know, theater was half full, and, I mean, we got some good responses. There was some good laughter and stuff, and definitely there was a group in the front that seemed to really love it, and they were applauding at the end and stuff, but But yeah, I mean, definitely not a Bohemian Rhapsody experience. And I'm not saying necessarily they were going for that, but since they're of the same time, you kind of want to compare them a little bit. Very different movies.
But I think, and I said this in the non-spoiler, is that I think they did the smart thing of making it more fantastical than Bohemian Rhapsody, because otherwise people would have been straight up comparing the two. And it's hard to say how. I think just because it came out later, it probably wouldn't be judged as well.
I agree. Yeah.
And
I think, and maybe I'm wrong, I know some super Elton John fans are about to get really mad at me. I'm sorry, but I feel like Queen is more widely beloved. They might have been, I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm talking out of my butt. I don't know if they sold more records or what, but I don't know. I feel like if you say Queen or Elton John, more people are, maybe I don't even know that I would say that. I don't know. It's music, man. It's so fucking subjective. Everybody gets to love what they want to love. So, and you can love both.
Yeah, but again, you love them for different reasons.
Yeah.
Because Freddie Mercury was flamboyant, but not as flamboyant as Elton John.
Well, again, I think I'm saying all that too because, like, I really like Queen songs, but Elton John songs just don't resonate with me.
Yeah.
So I think that's just why I'm saying that and having that feeling. I'm sure there are others that have the same feeling and the opposite feeling and every feeling in between. Mm-hmm. You know, there's only like, what, 7 billion plus people on the planet? So I'm sure there's plenty of differences. Like, yeah, let me do this. Am I the only one that doesn't like Elton John?
Oh, gosh.
Don't be that person, people. Don't be that person. You're never the only one of anything. Unless you're Elton John. Then you're the only Elton John.
Yeah, I thought some of his style choices was because of the drugs, and then he got sober and he still made some interesting style choices. Yeah.
But I like that, too, that idea of, you know, that's part of the whole package, you know. Unfortunately, video killed the radio star, you know, and you can't, you know, there is a whole physical side to it. It's not just great songs anymore, and he kind of came up in the era where that transition happened, and you had to be something to stand out.
I mean, he came out in the era of glam.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would have been listening to the New York Dolls, but I wasn't quite born at that point. Yeah, I guess I started with all kinds of music, then I went metal, I went glam metal, then punk rock, then into pop punk. And, you know, that was my young transition through music. But, anyways, I don't know.
Those are the things you're going like, it's like I've been a prick or whatever since 1975. And I'm just like, I wasn't even born then. Right,
yeah. Close, but no cigar. All right, well, we should probably wrap it up because I gotta charge these, get these things plugged up and get back in here for Godzilla. Gojira! Gotta get in the mood. Oh, I'm gonna play the theme once we're done here. Alright, so let us know. This is the spoiler video. You can talk spoilers in the comments. Have you seen it? Are you gonna see it? What's your favorite part? How much do you love Elton John, or you're not a fan? If you're not a fan, did you still see the movie and still enjoy it? If you are a fan, did you like the movie, or did you think it was not accurate? I don't know, all kinds of fun stuff.
Okay, if you go into this movie expecting it to be accurate, you are in the wrong place.
I don't know, some people want that, and I don't know. Because people complained about that.
The tagline says it's a fantasy.
That's true. And then people complained about that in Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm like, but the point of Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie, was the glowing love letter of how Queen wants to be remembered. Not necessarily the dark, deep details of what actually happened. You know, that's why that movie worked so well for me. But no, this was still really good. But let us know. Geek out in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah? Other than that, then check out the Stardust app, because we review these things faster than you get these videos over there. Look up the Eric Butts, use the link in the description below. Other than that, click the thumbs up button, give us the good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. And now we're going to get out of here so we can get ready for Godzilla and watch some more stuff. We'll see you all later.